Hey, fellow collectors and history buffs. Today, we've got an incredible story about a coin that may look like just another quarter in your change jar, but trust me, it's much more than that. This is the story of the 1997 quarter dollar, a coin that has quietly captured the attention of collectors and investors alike and might just be worth way more than you think. You see, it's easy to overlook a coin like this. But what if I told you that the 1997 quarter could be worth a shocking $39 million? That's right, $39 million for something that seems like it should just be worth 25 cents. Before we dive into why this quarter could be worth a fortune, let's take a quick step back and talk about the history of the US quarter dollar, especially the 1997 edition. The quarter, or 25-cent piece, has a rich legacy in U.S. currency that dates back to 1796. Over the years, the design has changed several times, but one of the most iconic versions was introduced in 1932, the Washington Quarter, which featured the first president of the United States, George Washington. In 1997, the U.S. Mint issued the regular Washington Quarter, featuring the familiar profile of George Washington. However, the 1997 release was part of the final year of the 50-state quarters program. This program began in 1999, but the design of the 1997 quarter was still part of the regular circulation. Nothing at first glance seemed particularly special about these quarters, which were minted in Philadelphia and stamped with a P mint mark. So, what's the deal with this particular quarter being worth a jaw-dropping $39 million? Well, this isn't just any ordinary 1997 quarter. It's one of the rarest and most valuable coins on the planet due to a fascinating combination of circumstances. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can a quarter that was widely circulated in 1997 suddenly be worth millions? Well, here's the kicker. There's a very rare error that can occur when minting these coins, and in the case of the 1997 quarter, a very specific mistake was made. Some 1997 quarters were accidentally struck with a very slight design flaw known as a double die error. This means the coin was minted with multiple strikes from the press, causing the image of George Washington and the eagle on the back to appear slightly doubled. A double die error can make a coin much more valuable, especially if it's in good condition. Coins with such mistakes don't just get swept under the rug. In fact, they can be worth big money on the open market. You see, collectors go absolutely wild for error coins, and for good reason. As you can imagine, there are only a few of these misprints out there. The rarity of these pieces means they can command staggering sums of money at auction. For instance, some of the rarest examples of the 1997 quarter with a double die error have sold for upwards of $39 million. Depending on the quality and condition of the coin. That's a massive leap from the original face value of just 25 cents. But let me emphasize, that's not just for any 1997 quarter, it has to be in pristine, near perfect condition. So, what exactly makes the 1997 quarter with a double die error so valuable? Well, it's a combination of rarity, historical significance, and condition. The 1997 quarter with the double die error was made in limited numbers, and as you might guess, not many have survived in such high-quality form. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have a significant historical or artistic importance. The double die error adds that layer of intrigue and rarity that makes it not just a coin, but a piece of history. The fact that it was part of the 50-state quarters program gives it even more value, as that program was hugely popular in the late 90s and early 2000s. Now, you might be wondering how to check if you have one of these rare and valuable quarters. The process is actually pretty simple if you know what you're looking for. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe so you can inspect the coin closely. Look closely at the face of George Washington. If you spot a slight doubling of his image either around his face, hair, or the letters, it's a sign that you might have one of these double die error coins. Also, check the back of the coin, especially the eagle. If you see any doubling there, you might have a winner. So, if you think you have one of these rare coins, how do you go about selling it? First, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or expert. If it turns out to be the real deal, you could take it to a prestigious auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer's Galleries, where these error coins have sold for record-breaking prices. Of course, the market for rare coins fluctuates, but if you've got a mint-condition 1997 P quarter with a double die error, you're sitting on something potentially worth millions. So, there you have it. The 1997 P quarter, a seemingly ordinary coin with an extraordinary story. Who knew that a little mistake at the US Mint could turn a regular quarter into a piece of history worth millions? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about this rare coin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin discoveries, and leave a comment if you think you've got a rare gem in your collection. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled, and you might just have a fortune sitting in your pocket. Next, hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you ready for a story about a coin that could be sitting in your change jar right now? The 1983 P quarter dollar might seem like just another coin from the 1980s, but wait, what if I told you that this coin, once valued at only 25 cents, is now worth a staggering $70 million? Yes, you heard that right, $70 million. Stick around to find out how a simple mistake made this quarter a treasure, and how it could be the most valuable piece in your collection. Before we get into the mind-blowing value of the 1983 P quarter dollar, let's take a step back and explore the history behind it. The US Mint produced a lot of quarters in the 1980s, but one year stands out in particular, 1983. In 1983, the US Mint was producing its regular Washington quarter, a design that had been in circulation since 1932. The quarter features the profile of George Washington on the front and an eagle on the back. It's one of the most iconic and well-known coins in the history of US currency. But in 1983, something happened that would make this quarter unforgettable. The 1983 P quarter, minted in Philadelphia, was part of the regular production, so nothing seemed out of the ordinary at first. In fact, these quarters were circulating just like any other year. However, little did people know, some of these coins would later become extremely rare, and the story behind why is absolutely fascinating. So, how did the 1983 P quarter go from a regular 25-cent coin to a multi-million-dollar treasure? Well, this coin contains an extremely rare error that makes it incredibly valuable. The error is known as the double die obverse. This means that, during the minting process, the coin was struck more than once, resulting in a double image of George Washington's profile. As you can see, the double die error causes the details on the coin to appear doubled, especially around Washington's face, the words Liberty, and the date. This may sound like a tiny mistake, but to coin collectors and enthusiasts, this error is gold. And when you have a coin with this kind of rare flaw, its value skyrockets. But here's the catch: this error wasn't just a small, common mistake that happened once or twice. It was a very rare occurrence, with only a handful of 1983 P quarters being struck this way. As a result, these coins have become incredibly sought after, especially by collectors who want a piece of US history. Now, when you think of rare coins, you might imagine auction rooms filled with bidders throwing down huge amounts of money. Well, that's exactly what happens when a rare 1983 P double die quarter hits the market. These coins don't just sit in a change jar, they get sold at major auctions around the world, and they can fetch prices that most people wouldn't believe. The 1983 P double die quarter has been known to sell for as much as $70 million, depending on the quality and condition of the coin. That's an unbelievable price for something that originally only cost 25 cents. The reason these coins are worth so much has to do with their rarity, historical significance, and the fact that they're highly coveted by collectors. It's also important to note that condition matters a lot when determining a coin's value. A 1983 P double die quarter that's in mint condition or close to it is going to fetch a much higher price than one that's worn or damaged. Now that you know how valuable the 1983 P double die quarter can be, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins in your possession? Well, identifying the double die error is actually fairly simple, but you'll need to pay close attention to the details. First, grab a magnifying glass or a loupe. Start by looking at the obverse side, where George Washington's profile is. Look for signs of doubling around the letters of the word liberty and the date 1983. If you see a slight doubling effect in those areas, congratulations, you might have a 1983 P double die quarter. Another place to check is around Washington's face and neck. If you see a double image or a ghosting effect, that's another key indicator. Double die coins usually have very distinctive doubling, which is what makes them so valuable and sought after by collectors. So, you found a 1983 P double die quarter, now what? The next step is to get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or expert to ensure that it's authentic and to determine its condition. If it checks out and is in good shape, you could be sitting on a goldmine. If you're looking to sell, you might want to consider reputable auction houses such as Heritage Auctions or trusted online coin marketplaces. The market for rare error coins is competitive, and selling your 1983 P quarter through an established auction house could help you get the highest price possible. And there you have it. The 1983 P quarter dollar, just another coin from the 1980s or a potential $70 million treasure waiting to be discovered. If you've got one of these rare double die error coins sitting in your collection, you might be closer to a fortune than you think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and want to stay updated on all things rare and valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Have you found any rare coins? Share your stories with us. Until next time, keep searching through your change, because you never know when you'll find your next treasure. Next, hey there, coin collectors and history lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that sounds like it came straight out of a treasure hunt. What if I told you that a 1989 D quarter dollar, a coin you might have sitting in your spare change, could be worth a staggering $70 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, trust me, this coin isn't just another quarter. Stick around as we explore the incredible history, the rare minting errors, and why this coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. Let's rewind to 1989. The world was a very different place. George H.W. Bush had just taken office as the 41st President of the United States, and the economy was booming. But while people were focused on news, technology, and culture, the U.S. Mint was busy producing one of its most famous coins, the Washington Quarter. The design had been in circulation since 1932, and it featured the profile of George Washington on the front with an eagle on the back. The 1989 D quarter, minted in Denver, was part of this iconic series. The coin was made using a design that was nearly 60 years old at the time, but it still held immense value in everyday transactions, just 25 cents at a time. However, as we'll see, it wasn't just the face value of this coin that would capture the attention of collectors. There's a much deeper, rarer story behind this particular quarter that would soon change everything. Fast forward to the present day, and it turns out that the 1989 D quarter dollar is one of the most sought-after coins in the world, and it's not because of its design or even its face value of 25 cents. This quarter is part of a unique, extremely rare phenomenon that has captivated coin collectors, an error that is both historic and elusive. The error in question is what makes this coin so valuable, the double die obverse, one of the rarest and most famous coin errors in history. So, what exactly is a double die obverse error? Essentially, it occurs when a coin is struck multiple times, causing the design elements such as the date, liberty, and other details to appear doubled, creating a ghosting effect. With the 1989 D quarter, only a handful of these coins were struck with the double die obverse error. The result? Some coins have a doubling effect that's clearly visible to the naked eye, particularly on the word liberty, the year 1989, and even parts of George Washington's face and hair. This small but significant error makes the coin incredibly rare, and when you find one in excellent condition, you're looking at a coin worth tens of millions of dollars. So, why is the 1989 D quarter with a double die obverse error worth such an astronomical sum? In the world of rare coins, the value is determined by three major factors: rarity, demand, and condition. This coin hits all three marks in a big way: because the error is so rare. There are only a few examples of the 1989 D double die quarter that have survived in good condition. These coins have been the subject of bidding wars at major auction houses around the world, with prices soaring as high as $70 million for the most pristine examples. When these coins are put up for auction, collectors from around the world bid on them fiercely. It's not just because they're rare, but because of the prestige that comes with owning one of these coins. For serious collectors, possessing such a valuable piece of American history is a badge of honor, and they're willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collections. Now that you know just how valuable the 1989 D double die quarter can be, you're probably wondering, how do you spot one of these coins? The good news is that it's actually not too difficult to identify if you know what to look for. Start by looking at the obverse side of the coin. This is where the doubling will be most noticeable. Focus on the word Liberty and the date 1989. If you see a noticeable doubling effect, especially if the lines are clearly offset, that's a sign that you might have a double die error. Next, check around George Washington's face and hair. The doubling effect might also be visible there, especially near his jawline and forehead. Finally, look at the mint mark, the D4 Denver. While the doubling error doesn't typically affect the mint mark, it's still important to inspect it closely to ensure the coin is authentic. Now, let's talk about how the value of a 1989 D double die quarter is determined. The biggest factor, of course, is condition. A coin that's been well preserved is going to be worth exponentially more than one that's been circulated and worn down over time. Coins that show little to no wear, with sharp, clear details and vibrant colors, are the ones that fetch top dollar. Coins with tarnish, scratches, or other visible signs of wear are still valuable, but they won't command the same high prices as a coin that's essentially in mint condition. So, what should you do if you think you found a 1989 D double die quarter? The first step is to get it authenticated by a professional coin grader or expert. Authentication is crucial, as there are counterfeits and reproductions out there that might trick untrained eyes. If your coin is genuine, then it's time to consider selling it. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer specialize in rare coins and are the perfect place to put your 1989 D quarter up for sale. But keep in mind, the market for rare coins can be volatile and prices fluctuate, so always make sure to have your coin appraised before deciding to sell. And there you have it. The 1989 D quarter dollar, a coin that may look like any other, but could be hiding an incredible treasure worth up to $70 million. If you've got one of these rare double die error coins, you might just be sitting on the find of a lifetime. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep searching, and maybe the next treasure you discover will be worth millions. Last, hey, coin enthusiasts and history buffs. Welcome back to the channel. If you're into rare coins, then you're in for a treat today. What if I told you that a 1980p quarter dollar could be worth a jaw-dropping $29 million? You're probably thinking, how can a coin that's only 25 cents possibly be worth millions? Well, buckle up, because we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1980p quarter, its unique history, and why it's worth so much more than face value. Before we talk about how this particular quarter became a rare and valuable collector's item, let's first look at the context. The U.S. Mint, in 1980, was producing the same Washington quarter that had been in circulation since 1932. The design featured the profile of George Washington, America's first president, on the obverse side, while the reverse side depicted an eagle in flight, holding an olive branch and arrows: in 1980, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these regular Washington quarters, and these coins were used for day-to-day transactions all over the country. The P Mint mark, indicating the coin was minted in Philadelphia, was present on some, while others were minted in Denver and San Francisco. So, while the 1980 P quarter was part of a very standard issue, it would be the future discovery of certain errors that would make it an incredibly rare and valuable coin. So, what happened to make the 1980 P quarter suddenly worth millions? The answer lies in an extremely rare coin error known as the double die obverse. This error occurred when the die that struck the coins was misaligned, resulting in a doubling effect on the design features of the coin. And yes, that means the 1980 P quarter, with its slightly doubled features, could be worth a small fortune. When these coins were struck, the press inadvertently applied the design multiple times, causing the images to be stamped twice, with slight offsetting. This resulted in a faint doubling of the inscriptions, such as the word Liberty, the date 1980, and even George Washington's face. This rare error only occurred in a very limited number of coins, making it incredibly hard to find and even more valuable. So, how exactly did this little minting error turn a 25-cent coin into a potential $29 million treasure? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and demand. As with any rare coin, the fewer there are, the higher the demand among collectors. When the 1980 P double die quarters were first discovered, it was like finding a needle in a haystack. These rare error coins are in extremely limited supply, and only a few are known to be in mint condition. When a 1980 P double die quarter is in pristine shape, it can fetch astronomical amounts. At auction, these coins have sold for as much as $29 million, depending on their quality and how well they've been preserved. And it's not just any error coin that's worth this kind of money, it has to be one with clear, noticeable doubling on the major design features. The doubling should be visible without magnification, and the coin must be in near-perfect condition to be valued at this level. Condition, of course, plays a major role when determining a coin's worth, and the more flawless the coin, the higher the price. Now, if you're wondering how to identify this rare coin, let me walk you through it. It's actually pretty easy to spot once you know what to look for. Start by looking closely at the front of the coin, where George Washington's portrait is located. The most noticeable doubling will usually appear on the word Liberty and around the date 1980. You might also see slight doubling in Washington's face and hair. If you have a magnifying glass or loupe, it'll help you identify the error more easily. Once you've spotted the doubling, you're one step closer to discovering whether or not you've found a coin worth a fortune. But don't rush to judgment just yet. Next, you'll want to check the overall condition of the coin. Is it worn out? Does it have scratches or discoloration? These factors will significantly impact its value. So, you think you've found a 1980 P double die quarter? That's awesome. But what should you do next? First, it's a good idea to have the coin appraised by a professional, preferably someone who specializes in rare U.S. coins. Coin dealers or auction houses with experience in rare errors can help you verify its authenticity and give you a better sense of its current market value. Once your coin is authenticated and appraised, you can sell it at a major auction house, such as Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer's. These auction houses specialize in high-value coins, and they have the global reach to get your coin into the hands of the right collectors, ensuring you get top dollar for your rare find. Now, if you're looking to buy one of these rare coins, you'll have to be prepared to pay a premium. Be careful when shopping for rare error coins online, as there are counterfeits out there. Always look for a reputable dealer and check the authenticity of the coin before making a purchase. You'll also want to inspect the coin's condition to ensure you're getting a good deal. And there you have it. The 1980 P quarter dollar, once just a simple coin, now a rare collector's gem worth up to $29 million. It's incredible how a tiny minting error can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a piece of US history. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. Who knows, maybe you've got your very own $29 million quarter sitting in your change jar right now. Until next time, keep hunting through your change, and you might just discover the next big treasure.